I still remember the smell of leather and polish the moment I stepped inside that showroom. Bright lights, glass walls, floors so clean they reflected your shoes back at you like a reminder that this place was built for people who already belonged. I didn't rush. I never do. I walked slowly, hands relaxed at my sides, letting the space speak before I said a word. A midnight gray sports car sat under a spotlight, low and aggressive, the kind of machine people buy when they're done explaining themselves. I leaned in to look at the interior. That's when I heard it. "Ma'am, I don't think this is really your price range." The voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It had that practiced calm, the kind that assumes agreement before you've had a chance to respond. I turned. The sales manager stood a few feet away, arms folded, wearing a smile that never quite reached his eyes. He didn't ask my name. Didn't ask what I was looking for. Just looked at me and decided. "Maybe you'd be more comfortable at the pre-owned lot," he added, nodding toward the street like he was doing me a favor. For a split second I almost laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was familiar. I've been underestimated my whole life. In classrooms, in boardrooms, in places where people confuse quiet with weakness and simplicity with lack. Still, it stung. Not sharp pain, more like pressure. That slow, sinking feeling when you realize you've already been judged and the verdict came back guilty before the trial even started. I looked around. A few customers pretended not to stare. One woman near the front desk had her phone angled a little too carefully like she was recording but didn't want to admit it. The room felt tighter somehow, like everyone was waiting to see what I'd do next. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't defend myself. I just smiled, small, polite, and said, "I'm actually interested in this model." He chuckled. Not cruel, worse, dismissive. "These start at around 200,000, he said, before options. As if numbers intimidate me. As if money has ever been the loudest thing in the room. I nodded, stepped closer to the car, ran my fingers along the edge of the door. "It has a beautiful build," I said. "Acceleration's impressive, too." He shifted, clearly annoyed that I hadn't taken the hint. "Do you have pre-approval?" he asked, leaning in just enough to invade my space. "We don't usually let people test drive unless they're serious." That word again, serious. I felt it then, not anger but clarity. This wasn't about a car. This was about worth. About who he thought deserved respect and who didn't. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I didn't check it. Behind him, another man approached, older, sharper suit eyes that scanned the room like he owned it. "What's going on?" he asked, looking directly at the sales manager. "I'm just helping her find something appropriate," the manager said quickly. "Appropriate?" The older man finally looked at me. Not really at me, more like past me. "Ma'am, if you're not planning on making a purchase today, we do have other customers to attend to." That's when I knew. They weren't listening. They never were. I took a breath. Slow, steady. The kind you learn after years of swallowing moments like this without letting them swallow you back. "My name is Lena Carter," I said calmly, "and I'd like to speak to whoever's in charge." They exchanged a glance. "Our owner is unavailable," the manager replied, "but again, we'd be happy to." My phone buzzed again. This time I answered. "Yes," I said. The voice on the other end was efficient, familiar. The board vote concluded early. The acquisition passed unanimously. You now hold controlling interest. I smiled not at them, but at the timing. "Perfect," I said. "I'll handle the transition." I ended the call. The room had gone quiet. Not dramatic silence, confused silence. The kind where people sense something shifting, but don't yet know what it means. The sales manager cleared his throat. Now, as I was saying, I turned to him fully for the first time. "You were saying I didn't belong," I replied gently. "You were wrong." I opened my bag and placed a folder on the hood of the car. Thick, clean, official. "About 20 minutes ago," I continued, "my firm finalized the purchase of this dealership." His smile collapsed. The older man stepped back instinctively. That's not possible." "It is," I said, "and it's done." The woman filming didn't even try to hide it anymore. Phones came out everywhere. Whispers spread like electricity. The sales manager's face drained of color. "You should have said something." I looked at him, really looked, "and miss seeing how you treat people you think don't matter." He didn't answer. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I didn't enjoy it the way movies pretend people do. Because the truth is, power doesn't feel loud when you have it. It feels quiet, heavy, responsible. I don't need apologies, I said. I need accountability. Another call came in. I put it on speaker. Legal recommends immediate termination, my assistant said. For cause. The manager's knees buckled. He grabbed the car beside him like it might hold him up. I ended the call and looked at him one last time. You'll submit a resignation, I said. Or we proceed formally. Either way, this moment follows you. He signed, hands shaking, eyes wet. Security walked him out the back. No applause, no cheers, just the sound of doors opening and closing. I stayed long enough to address the staff. Calmly, clearly. I told them what would change not just policies but expectations. Respect wasn't optional. Dignity wasn't negotiable. Then I left. Outside, the sun felt different, softer. Like the world hadn't changed, but I had reminded it who I was. Later that night alone, I thought about how close I'd come to walking away quietly. How easy it would have been to let that moment shrink me instead of sharpen me. Money didn't give me power that day. Preparation did. Patience did. Letting people reveal themselves did. Because some people don't disrespect you because you lack value. They do it because they assume you do. And assumptions are expensive. So let me ask you something and really think before you answer. Do you believe money changes how people treat you? Or does it just expose who they've been all along? Tell me what you think. I read every comment.